Before we get underway, let me introduce to you Nina. Nina will be our traveling companion while exploring the Rideau Canal and Waterway. She was built of yellow cedar in 1955 in Fort William, now Thunder Bay. Whether it's battling the storms of Lake Superior or checking out the coves in Georgian Bay, she's been traveling the waters of Ontario extensively, including the Ottawa River from Montreal to Lake Temiskaming. Like all travel on the water, it's what you travel in that can make all of the difference. Whether by trusted canoe with great friends or by pleasure boat, it's about the journey. From the water, we will explore the history, the culture, and attractions, and have some fun along the way with the unexpected. Although just a taste of this heritage waterway, you will come to see the many opportunities this 177-year-old canal brings to the visitor in whatever way you wish to travel. Let's begin by showing a map of the course we will take. Starting in Kingston, we'll visit several communities and attractions and end up in Ottawa, 202 kilometers or 126 miles away. If you wish, you can start your journey in Ottawa, in the middle, at the end, at the beginning. It just doesn't matter. It's up to you. This video is not an aid to navigation, but will introduce you to the many unique options along this UNESCO designated World Heritage Site. For thousands of years, the Aboriginal peoples have been using these waterways to negotiate their trade and survive the elements. In the early 1800s, it was another kind of survival that came to light, the protection of a trade route along the St. Lawrence River. If the Americans ever decided to squeeze and cut off the St. Lawrence in the case of war, Canada would have had no alternative route to reach the Great Lakes. So, as an act of defense, Colonel By of the Royal Engineers was appointed to oversee the task of building an alternate navigational route. The ironic situation today is many Americans visit yearly and have fallen in love with the canal. As you'll come to see, Colonel By's mark has been left in every loch and village touching the canal.
Oyez! Oyez! Mes seigneurs, gentilshommes et gentilshommes, bienvenue à Kingston! The historic limestone gem and first capital of Canada welcomes all to this, the southern gateway of the Rideau Canal, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I invite all to come, explore and experience the wealth of beauty and history that is Kingston. God bless a united Canada! Vive la Canada unie!
Hopping aboard the tour trolley from the old train station, now the Kingston Tourist Office, is a great way to explore Kingston and become orientated. Traveling over the Cotaroquay River, the start of the Rideau Canal system, you're taken to the Royal Military College of Canada. And after the 50-minute tour, you arrive in front of Kingston City Hall. A short walk around to Market Square, a public farmers market operating continuously since 1801, is a great place to pick up fresh produce and supplies for your trip. Kingston is a university town, which offers a visitor with a trendy, vibrant atmosphere as you shop and browse the many boutiques, and you may even stop at one of the numerous popular restaurants. Confederation Basin is a great place to tie up for the night, while Kingston Marina, located nearby, can offer you gas and slip if needed. Rescue and fire boats are manufactured here, which offers a sense of national pride and good old Canadian workmanship. Every Wednesday evening throughout the summer, you can take in the amazing world-famous sunset ceremony held at Fort Henry Historic Site, a spectacular live fire presentation of military precision, pomp, and pageantry. Before entering the system, you might like to visit the memorial to the 1,000 Irish labourers who lost their lives building this UNESCO Heritage Site. The memorial is located by Kingston Marina. Travelling up the Cataraqui River a few kilometres, you'll come to the first of 47 locks, or 24 lock stations. Locking your boat through is fairly simple. When instructed by the lock staff, enter the lock chamber and by looping your line around the black holding cables, loosely let your boat float up with the water level. When the gates are opened, you'll be instructed as to which order to depart. At most stations, there will be information signage in both English and French to help you with planning of your trip. At the end, we'll recommend some reading material and some websites you might like to visit for further information. The lock staff are also a great resource to helping you with any questions you might have. Leaving Kingston Mills and one of the 4 blockhouses on the system, you'll travel on Colonel By Lake and the River Styx and go through Lower and Upper Brewers Mills locks. The Cataraqui River system opens up to Cranberry Lake and adjoining Dog Lake, ideal for sports fishing. Many families can be seen on a day's outing enjoying the scenery. Traveling past Brass Point Bridge, there are many interesting bays and coves and islands to explore. Seeley's Bay offers amenities like all small villages and is easy to get around. A short hop from Seeley's Bay, you can sneak away to Morton's Bay, an ideal place to spend the night anchoring and exploring the spectacular granite outcrops of the Canadian Shield. Whitefish Lake offers more great bass fishing just before you reach one of the most beautiful lock stations along the waterway. Shangri-La is a convenient place to fuel up and stop for a bite before venturing through Jones Falls. Jones Falls is a wonderful place to visit for the entire day. The lock keepers are very friendly and will tell you about the many attractions at the station if you ask. Some people go for a swim, take a leisurely walk, or explore the beautiful park-like setting. The huge stone arch dam measuring 350 feet from tip to tip and 62 feet high is an engineering marvel, but back down at the blacksmith shop, you can still hear the sounds of the hammer striking the hot iron as things are still being made. The defendable Lockmaster's house atop the hill has hands-on interpretive displays and is open to the public.
Well, it's Peter Sweeney's house, so he was the first lockmaster at Jones Falls in 1841. The house is just kind of set up to show how he lived if you want to go look.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks.
If you visit, you may be put to work separating the wool and doing some spinning.
So it's hard to pull it once it does get spun up, so that's why you don't want the fluffy. There. That's actually perfect.
Down below Jones Falls, you can dine away at Hotel Kenny or stock up on some supplies. The hotel has been in operation since 1877 and has been visited by 2 U.S. presidents and 1 Canadian Prime Minister. Leaving the lock and traveling through some tight channels, you'll find yourself in Sand Lake and Davis Lock, one of the most secluded and tranquil stopping places along the system. Chuckles, a lovingly restored vintage electric cruiser, provides daily 4-hour cruises from Chafee's Lock to Jones Falls. Across Opinican Lake is where you'll come to Chafee's Lock, and yes, more history. Kayakers love this area and are using the system more. Camping is also available at most lock stations. Many tourists visit Chafee's Lockmaster's House Museum to see how people lived and worked in the past. The Memory Wall and Chafee Cemetery commemorates the history of the settlers to the area. Opinican Lodge, built in 1890, offers fine dining, and there's a little store available for supplies. Boaters, when leaving Chafee's, can fill up with gas at Brown's Marina and also restock with spirits and some food. There is also many unique and interesting boathouses to see. Indian Lake and Newborough Lake offers good opportunity to sail. That's if you can stay on board. Reaching the summit of the Cataraqui River system, you come to the village of Newborough, and at this point, boaters are at the highest elevation on the whole system. From Newborough, everything flows downhill. Constant vigilance and maintenance is required by Parks Canada to operate and maintain this designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. The village of Newborough offers some light amenities, and you don't want to miss the delicious cinnamon rolls located at the Stagecoach Restaurant and Pub. From the top of the system, you now enter the Rideau River watershed and Upper Rideau Lake. Note that navigational markers change at this point. Traveling west on Big Water on Upper Rideau Lake, you come to the village of Westport, situated at the foot of Foley Mountain. Westport Harbour's docks are situated on an island attached to the mainland by a big half-crescent-shaped concrete bridge. Steps away from the village, the harbour gives ample opportunity for shopping adventures, including an amazing store, the Village Green. Morning breaks early at the Narrows Lock located east of Westport. The Narrows, adjoining Upper and Big Rideau Lakes, provides campers with a quiet stopping place, but sometimes entertaining boaters provide travelers with a surprise. Leaving the Narrows, we next venture to Portland, located on the eastern edge of the lake. Portland is a place where you can stock up on supplies, and they even boast a post office. Len's Cove and all-service marina has most of what you're looking for, and the Galley restaurant offers good food for hungry travelers. Big Rideau Lake is a huge lake, as the name implies, and offers lots of interesting bays and coves to slip into. Checking your charts in this area is important. Situated close to Portland is Colonel By Island, named after the man who was instrumental in the construction of the canal. This public island, maintained by Parks Canada, offers visitors pristine beauty, abundant wildlife, and wilderness trails to explore. After Rideau Ferry, you enter Lower Rideau Lake, where you'll have a choice to head north to Smith Falls, or you can go to Lower Beveridge's Lock and enter the Tay Canal. The Tay, also known as Haggard's Ditch in the old days, was built to bring in added commerce to the town of Perth. At the bridge, you can tie up at Lastduel Park, and then it's a short walk along the canal into the town. Perth is a beautiful place to visit, to shop, or to dine out at one of the many excellent restaurants, or just relax in the extensive parkland. The Tay Canal is an excellent place for canoers and kayakers to enjoy the scenery. In fact, Nina accommodated visitors on the return journey back to the Rideau. Joining Lower Rideau Lakes after our visit to Perth, we come to Poonamallee Lock, which takes its name from India of all places. The Royal Engineers who helped construct the canal were reminded of their past conquests. Punamali is a quiet place to stop for the night, if you're so inclined. Smith Falls is only a few kilometers away. An old Bastille bridge greets you as you come to the first of 4 locks. Entering a short channel, you can tie up at the combined lock. Just next door is the Rideau Canal Museum, offering interpretive displays and a small theater for viewing historic films of the area. Also located in Smith Falls is one of the main maintenance depots where lock gates are cut, crafted, and painted or repaired by Parks Canada staff. Passing Old Sly's Lock, Edmonds, and Kilmarnock, we are met by the Kawartha Voyageur riverboat as we enter into Marrickville, known as the Jewel of the Rideau. Marrickville is a tourist town with a vibrant arts community and many great places to dine. The depot is the place to go for all of your Rideau souvenirs. The depot, operated by the Friends of the Rideau, is a destination you won't want to miss. The Rideau King also accommodates tourists on cruises of the locks and bird sanctuary. Below the Marrickville locks, you can gas up at Ailing's Marina and Boatyard, and you may see some of their restoration work plying the waters. Here, a 1935 ditch burn takes us to the next lock. Passing through Nicholson's, we come to Burritt's Rapids, where today we are joined by the 175th Anniversary Flotilla.
I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the citizens of Burritt's Rapids. This lock, which is the only lock in North Grenville, was built in 1827, started in 1827, and completed in 1831.
We'll catch up with the flotilla later. But important to the canal is the preservation and respect of the wildlife and other users. Occasionally posted are no-wake zones. These zones are required for many reasons. You're not to create a wake that will adversely affect other vessels, shorelines, docks, and waterfowl. The best advice is turn around and watch the effects of your wake. You may not be aware of the damage being done. Conservation is key to the future survival of the system and also to the happiness of others who share the waterway. Lots of well-maintained antique and classic wooden craft can be seen taking their place, cruising the canal and enjoying a summer's day. The Long Reach is a stretch of water without any lock stations for 40 kilometers or 25 miles. Manotick, meaning island in the river, is Ojibwe in origin and offers a wonderful attraction to visit, Watson's Mill. The fully operational mill offers a unique view as to how things were done in the old days. The mill even comes with its own ghost. The Long Island Locks offers an incredible view of the dam that Colonel By built. Now each year, the lock station plays host to the annual Antique Boat Show, attracting many enthusiasts from Canada and the US. Passing by Black Rapids locks into Mooney's Bay, we enter the city of Ottawa and catch up to the flotilla that's traveled from Kingston to celebrate the 175th anniversary of the Rideau Canal. Dow's Lake, previously a marsh, plays host to the regalia and celebrations with many aquatic displays. Dow's Lake Pavilion offers boaters overnight docking and great new facilities, including some really hip dining. Visitors can rent paddle boats and canoes to enjoy further the lake. Each year the Rideau Canal Festival takes place, and this year Nina is getting dressed for the flotilla. This year's theme represents other UNESCO sites from around the world. Arriving at our final destination in downtown Ottawa allows you to do a nice cruise down the canal at night and see the big city lights. It's a tourist destination filled with days upon days of attractions and lots of things to do. Overnight docking is available at the head of the flight locks. To the east of the locks, you can see the beautiful Chateau Laurier. And to the west, Parliament Hill, where the changing of the guards takes place daily. After the ceremonies on Parliament Hill, you can visit the Bytown Museum located midway down the locks and learn about the history of Colonel By. There are many museums to visit and galleries. Check your guidebook. Overlooking the canal is Major Hill Park, featuring the man himself, Colonel By, with interpretive displays, and not far away is the market, a place for dining and great shopping. Spark Street offers great shopping also, and an opportunity to take some tours. Paul's Boat Line offers another view of the canal. Bicyclists and runners can also take advantage of the extensive recreational trails alongside the canal. The final part of your journey involves locking down 8 locks to Entrance Bay and the Ottawa River.
Part of it's for history and for historic reasons, but really unless you rebuilt the entire locks...
Lock staff answer many thousands of questions each year, so people may journey further in their quest to understand and learn about the Rideau. So why is the Rideau called the Rideau? Because Samuel de Champlain, a French explorer from the 1600s, thought that the falls that emptied into the Ottawa River looked like a curtain, and the translation for curtain in French is rideau. If you're looking to explore further any of the Rideau Canal, then you can check out these publications and websites for further information. Traveling the canal is like stepping back into history. It's an experience of a lifetime, one that you can revisit and reflect upon for years to come. Enjoy this national treasure and UNESCO World Heritage Site by exploring today's Rideau.